Your Story, in partnership with Bernardo's and All Star. Your Story is a unique storytelling experience documenting the life, times, experiences, and journey of parents, carers, and young people with lived experience of SEN and neurodiversity living in the Bradford district and surrounding areas. Please note, this documentary contains sensitive and emotional content and is a true representation of the participants' views and experiences, which are respectfully their own, open, honest, and genuine. A special thank you and respect to everyone that took part in this project. Without their bravery, openness, and honesty, it would not have been possible.
Since I entered work, I've matured quite a bit recently because it's not like school. School and college were school and college. This is way different. There's more responsibility when you're undertaking a job. You're being paid. That's another thing which kind of motivates you as well. And because you're being paid, you have to do a good job. And also you have to do a good job for the young people that you're working with as well, and so that they're getting the right support and they're getting the right resources that they can understand and help them develop. Yeah, work is challenging, especially when things don't go to plan, but I have been able to adapt. What I'd want to do is I'd want a role that incorporated my special interests, where I'm looked after but not like smothered, just given the opportunity to be me without criticism, and obviously I'll get some positive criticism to help me improve, but I just want an understanding employer for my next role, somebody who can give me an opportunity to use my talents and who is kind, because kindness is the best thing that any autistic person could receive. And understanding so that they can feel validated and not aliens, because honestly, for most of my life, I felt like an alien. I'd say try, because there's so many autistic and neurodivergent people in this country who are unemployed or they haven't got a full-time job. I actually read at one point that it was only 14% of neurodivergent people, especially autistic people, that are in full-time employment. Very few people are in any employment, let alone full-time. So all I would say to those people is try, because if you let your disability keep you down, stop you from doing what you really want to do, then you're not going to get anywhere in life, and you're going to be lonely, and you're not going to be well off enough to actually enjoy your life. So I would say try.
I'm Ollie. I'm looking for work. I'm unemployed at the moment. I'd love to either work in I've got a few things in mind. Either like music production would be really good, like sort of doing audio engineering and things. I think I'd love to like teach piano. I think I'd be quite good at that. I kind of feel like I do have like the skill set, but like in some skills that I might be lacking, I think I could pick up fairly quickly, but I think a lot of it's based on like a lack of experience and things like that. And I think as like an autistic person, I do kind of, I don't know if this is quite what you asked, but I think I do sort of struggle to put myself out there in the same way, really. Like I can struggle to like express myself and kind of get my name and like stuff out there, whereas like I think I think without my autism, I think I might find that easier. I suppose I'm trying to like sort of get my foot in the door of places, like not even like I might be like I'll do some like volunteering or something. It doesn't necessarily, kind of just developing those experiences, I guess. I haven't had that many interviews. I'm kind of, I'd say 2 or 3 maybe, because it feels like you put a lot of effort into doing a good application, and if you're successful with that, and then it feels like there's so much, you don't get much time, like maybe 10-15 minutes, and there's so much like on the line then, like that 50 minutes completely can change your life. It sort of feels like it's right now you have to perform, and it does. I think that has like got the better of me really, is sort of like my mouth will completely dry up and I won't be able to think of stuff. What I'm planning on doing is I'll probably get like a part-time sort of like retail job, hopefully local to me, and then because it'll be part-time, I'll have time to like pursue like the stuff I'm really into, like the music and all that. I'd love to work in sort of like the music industry, sort of helping others and stuff like that. Yeah, I'd say. Almost before you get to like the interview stage, like kind of getting the training there, I think would be really good. Like the pre-employment training I think is really useful. I know that'd help me personally a lot, and I think it'd help a lot of other people that are probably in a similar sort of position to me, I'd say.
So I'm Roxanne Coleman, and I'm the director for Coleman Training Development Limited, and we run various programs around career transition and education of career transitioning. Our main program is based around a supported internship, so it's for special educational needs. So it's for young learners 16 to 25 with an EHCP, with a learning disability, difficulty or autism, and it's to get them into independent, paid, sustainable employment. At the moment, we work on the learners need an EHCP, Educational Healthcare Plan, because it opens doors and that creates the funding from the ESFA and the local authority. If they don't have that, we can't afford to run the programme. The programme we run is quite an expensive model. It's one of the higher cost models because we're bespoke. So we look at each individual, and yes, they've got to get from A to B, they've got to get from the beginning of the programme to the end, but how they do that, it's kind of their way. We do it in their way. Each group has 12 people in it, up to 12 to 14. And we're like a bridge in between. We're not school or college and we're not work, we're like a bridge in between, and they've got to get from one end to the other. If they want to zigzag, we zigzag with them. If they want to hop, skip, jump and then stand there and go, oh, that was a bit fast, we do that with them, and that's okay, and we tell them it's okay. It's about educating employers around reasonable adjustments. Don't have to cost a fortune. They don't have to be massive. They're not an upheaval. It doesn't mean ramps and things. It could do. It can be small things like overlays, a particular computer, but there's so much funding out there as well for reasonable adjustments that employers don't realise is out there. So we do a lot of education around inclusivity and all of that. We had one particular employer who said, oh, we'd love some work placements with you. We have a very similar company we work with who are absolutely amazing, they're great, and it's like, but we'd like some work placements with you. Oh, I'm really sorry, we wouldn't be able to do that. It's not safe. No, it wouldn't be safe. We wouldn't be able to facilitate that. No, not at all. No, everything we've got is not safe. And I said, well, do you not have admin roles? Yeah, but just being around everything else that we do, the machinery and things, it's not safe. And I'm thinking, I know what you just heard. You heard learning disability and your head automatically went to something else. It went to years and years and years ago when you heard disability. You'd have thought of wheelchair, bent hands, dribbling. It's awful, I hate it, I hate even saying it. But that's quite often where people's minds go when you say learning disability. I'm just going to come out and say it. What would happen to your young person if you weren't here tomorrow? And I get that you want to wrap them in bubble wrap. I want to wrap mine in bubble wrap. None of us want our children to fail, but they've got to learn to fail. It goes back to that failure, learn to fail, to know what good feels like and looks like. But it's most of the parents then sit there, and it's the most nerve-wracking time for me, because I know so many of them have had tragedy. I sat in one and I had 3 parents who I knew within the last 10 years had had a co-parent loss. And I was about to say this, and I said it, and you just look at them and they think, and you feel the hand squeeze with their friends or whoever, but actually most of them then say, you're right, I need to think about what this, my young person is capable of being independent, but I'm doing everything for them. So quite often the parents can be quite a big barrier as well. Not purposefully, in any way, shape or form. We coach and nurture the parents as much as we do with our learners. Advice to young people seeking employment is, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to take those reasonable adjustments. It's not cheating. You do fit. There is a place for you. But actually, do you know what? One of the phrases we use, which I just adore, what makes me different makes me.